This video is before and after shots and progress video of me shaving my hands yesterday on live. This footage is actually of my fingertips 2 days ago when I cut them down, and you can see they're kind of red and inflamed looking. That's just the blood rushing in after you relieve the pressure of the callus, but that'll disappear pretty quickly. Here's my right hand ready to be shaved. It's starting to feel tight. It's starting to get thick along the edges, and so I'm ready to take it off, although there are some thin spots like over here where I'm going to have to be really careful while I shave it. Really getting hard to bend and uncomfortable, so I'd rather take it off. This has been about 10 days since the last shave. For reference, this is a photo from one of my followers who gave me permission to share it. This is exactly what my hands look like if I don't shave them at all. It looks like she's probably using a nail file or exfoliating tools to just take off the outer layer, but look how thick her finger pads are. I bet she can't feel almost anything with her fingertips. Here is me giving an example of how hard it is to make a fist. I can squeeze it tighter, but it really hurts. That's about as good as I can do with my right hand. Versus this is my left hand having just been shaved. Look how much tighter that fist is. So much flexibility and mobility in my left hand because it was just shaved, and my right hand is really struggling to make a fist. And I also am losing sensation in my right hand. You can see how deftly I wield this tool that y'all are so terrified of me using. Chalk it up to 20 plus years of experience using this thing. I'm very comfortable with it, and you can see I can take off these thin little layers, which allow me to get like the exact thickness on my hands that I want and a really refined shave so that I have sensitivity and mobility and just total function of my hands, which I consider a privilege because, as you saw in that photo, most people with this condition cannot move their hands very much, cannot feel much with their hands, and it's very uncomfortable. It pushes against the nails, it pushes against all the joints. Here's my hands side by side, one shaved, one not. You can see I cut myself. That is just because I was on live shaving my hands and I was paying more attention to the chat than to my hands. So whoops, but they're actually really surface little nicks and they will disappear really quickly. You'll see in the after photos, and they don't hurt. They're just bleeding because I got to a blood vessel or something by accident. Right hand, time to shave this one, and the other one is just freshly shaved and again red and swollen looking, but only because the callus has just been taken off and the blood rushes in after it's taken off and kind of revitalizes the whole area. So I know they look really red and irritated, but they actually feel fine, and the redness will disappear slowly over the next couple days. This is this morning, and they feel amazing. You can see the redness in my fingertips from 2 days ago, trimming and clipping the tops, and around the fingertips is already basically disappeared. These little bits that are starting to pop up on the tops, those are what I call frays. I'll have to trim those off today, but they're feeling great.